On mic here. Looks like my channel's back in business. So if you're here, please hit the thumbs. Hopefully you can hopefully you can hear me. So anyways, I had a little mishap with my channel the other day, and it was just a mistake basically on YouTube's behalf. And they deleted my whole channel, and then I appealed that, and and then now I have my channel back. So basically, what happened was this angry swarm of bots came into the chat and all started reporting me. They just reported me. Left and right. I don't know how many, maybe like 20 or 30 reports, but I'm pretty sure they were bots. It's happened before. And and a lot of people aren't showing up now because they turned off notifications for everyone, it looks like. So now I'm not getting a lot of people in the chat. So anyways, hopefully, what's up, Itoshi? Thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. I'm wearing your shirt, by the way. Let's link. LCSX merch. Go to the website, check it out. All right, people are starting to kind of come in. So anyways, it kind of did, it humbled me a little bit, though. I'll tell you the truth. Well, I already consider myself a relatively humble person, but you can never really be too humble. This channel kind of has inflated my ego in a way, and so what happened was I had to actually think about what life would be like without a YouTube channel. And it's been a long time. It's been a couple years now. I think I'll go this way, actually. It's been a couple years now since I had a YouTube channel. It's been a very nice, very constructive way for me to get my thoughts and feelings out. And when I first started YouTubing, it was interesting because I discovered that there's a lot of people out there, who have the same kind of mindset, who has the same kind of thoughts as me. Like, I'm a seeker my whole life. I've been a seeker, and I've been looking and looking, and to some people, they don't see it, they don't understand. Like, I think like my parents, they really might not have understood me, like a lot of our parents, they just don't really understand you. But anyways, I've always been seeking for answers for something more, and I scrapped together, I started this YouTube channel so that I can in one place I could try to help other people by sharing all the information that I've acquired and gotten to know over the last few years, ever since I turned 20. Ever since I turned 30, my whole life changed. I decided to get off my ass, stop drinking, stop doing drugs, and actually work for, actually want to live and do something with my life. And I had no idea I was going to do anything like YouTube. I didn't know I was going to put myself out there in front of people, thousands of people, for them to see whatever I put out. And I had no idea, but it changed my life. It really did make me a lot more confident. It all started with that. It all started when I turned 30 and I said, I gotta change, or I ain't living. There's no life if you're not living. You're not. I was just slowly wasting away, drinking and doing drugs just to cope with this life that I didn't like. All it really took, though, was for me to find out that everything I was looking for, it was already there. I already had it, right? We already had it. It's already there inside you. Everything you have been seeking your whole life, right? I always used to want to find treasure. I used to want to find money or gold or something, you know. I'd be on a hike and I would actually pray, and I'd say, God, please let me stumble upon $1,000. You know, of course it didn't happen, but I always wanted that. Like my whole life, I just wanted to I wanted to get lucky. I wanted to find some kind of treasure. I just wanted to, I don't know, wanted to experience like a shot of pure bliss, like out of nowhere, you know. And it really takes what it takes to have that. And I'm nowhere near there yet because I still have a lot of work to do. But what it really takes is a lot of it's an inside job. It's an inside job. You don't just get lucky, you know, because the jewels, all right, the treasure, you know, that you're looking for the whole time, and you want God to save you, and it's all inside. It's already there. You know, the gems, the hidden gems, those are within you, you know. So yeah, no, when YouTube deleted my channel midstream the other day, it was disappointing, and I felt violated, you know, almost like someone had burglarized my house or something like that. You just feel like they just came and took it, and there's not much you could do about it. Fortunately, I hopped on it real quick and I appealed, and I chatted with their customer support service, and I sent them a few different emails, and they reviewed it and they said, yeah, you're absolutely correct. You didn't violate any of our terms of service. Oh crap. Hold on. This light was the quickest green light I've ever seen. So sometimes the universe shakes you up. It rattles you around a little bit, and that's exactly what you need. So it makes me want to kind of go back to maybe doing these enlightening type of videos a little more, you know, spiritual type videos. A lot of people tell me that they miss these kind of videos, and I miss doing them too, because you know, honestly, it took me years to find out, you know, about the law of attraction, about other religions and stuff like that, philosophies that totally changed my life. You know, as soon as you break outside of the box, you see a whole different life. You know, you see a whole different side to this universe, you know, that you never thought it even existed, but it was there the whole time. You know, it's all there the whole time. It's, you know, it might take a little shove, a little push from the universe or God, however you might want to call it. You know, I think of God as God. I think of I put it all together. It's all the same to me. God is God. You can call God a him if you want, but that God is everything, you know. So anyways, and God is within you, and that doesn't mean that you should be egotistical and tell everyone that you're God and then try to manipulate other people and think that, you know, put yourself up on a pedestal or anything like that, just because God is within you, and that's a fact. You know, that you don't have to do that. You shouldn't do that, but you should be self-empowered with that kind of knowledge. Thanks, Barney. How's it going? What's going on, Halisky? Brennan? Yeah, law of one. Yeah, there's all these different laws. Law of karmic return is a good one. That's one I'll have to cover again. That's a really good one. But law of attraction is one of my favorites. And it's something that if you get the concept down, even just in a general sense, it has a power to really help you advance your life forward in a way you never even thought you could. As long as you can cross the bridge to, an open-minded type of way of thinking. A lot of people just can't do it, or they won't. They can. It's possible for anyone, but people live in a prison, and more and more we live in this prison that we're allowing, this construct. We're allowing this matrix to close in on us more and more because we have these silly addictions like waking up and checking your portfolio like right away. That's a terrible addiction. I do it. I'll admit that. I'll admit that's another thing too. Getting back to square one, being humble, admitting that you are not like that amazing. You have a lot of faults. I have a lot of faults. Shoot. And sometimes you gotta take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth. You gotta listen to other people instead of telling other people how to live, And so, I hung out with a friend today, yesterday, and I listened a lot, not a lot, but and it really helped humble me. I just needed a good message, and I received a very good message, and it was exactly what I needed, to get back to a humble state of mind, to where I really just want to share in my gratitude. I want to share that with you guys, and I do want to say I'm so grateful for my subscribers. Just really, so grateful for you guys being here, listening to me. It just shows. Anyways, it just shows that there are really good people out there in the world. So, and I got so much support, just like Twitter and Telegram, and had a couple of friends call me and try to help me to get through, because I was taking it pretty roughly. You cultivate and nurture a channel for a while, for a couple of years, and then you don't have any access to it. You don't have access to any of your videos. I had over 400 videos. So a lot of them are private, and I made a lot of them private so that I didn't anger the Google gods. So, and obviously you see what happens. Like, my YouTube channel used to be very, not very controversial, but in Google's eyes, it used to be controversial. And so I had to tone it down a little because I just don't want to lose the channel, So I'm just kind of working around whatever all this cancel culture stuff right now. Hopefully we get through this. Hopefully it passes sooner than most people think. Hopefully it passes pretty soon, because it's starting to get ridiculous. But at the same time, it might never really go away. So it's very discouraging, to be honest. It's really kind of a sad sight to see. So you can escape that though, and that's something. It's tough. It's tough trying to make sense of everything and make plans. Yeah, that's cool. That little girl's name was Karma. Isn't that interesting? He said Karma this way. I've never heard that name, but it is a good name. That's a really cool name. So yeah, so law of attraction, guys. Law of attraction is very important if you understand it. Now, there's a lot of controversy around that too. A lot of people say it's bullshit. It really doesn't have to be one thing or another. Like, you don't have to learn it a certain way. Like, I learned it over a couple of years, but it really, honestly, it's really simple, very simple. Whatever you think about grows. Yeah, you manifest everything into existence. Everything in your world is a reflection of what's on the inside. So whatever situation you're in at the moment, like right now, I'm in a pretty good situation, okay? And it's because I manifested this myself. It took me years to get rid of all the negative influences in my life. And I'm still not there yet. I still have vices and I still have issues and stuff. Definitely. I have a lot of work to do still, you know, and admitting things like that is a, you know, is something that needs to happen, you know, for anyone who's still trying to move forward on their journey. But this is, you know, I feel like this was kind of a sort of a catalyst for me, and I appreciate it. You know, I do. I appreciate these kind of like disruptions, because they kind of like rattle your mind a little, and they get you thinking in a different way. They get you actually thinking about what you're grateful for. And I know a lot of my subscribers have, you know, I want to give my subscribers what they want. A lot of my subscribers have been saying, like, we miss you walking around, Mike, you know, you walk and talk videos. And so I want to give you like more of that, you know. Anyways, I want to give back to you guys, because what you guys give me is so valuable. It would just, I'm so grateful that they gave me back my channel. And you know, it makes me want to do more good with this platform that I have. You know, it took me a few years to get up to 20,000 subscribers, and I don't really care about subscriber count, but if I can help people, I will. You know, and this is a great way to make your voice heard. And I'm not trying to push out garbage like a lot of these other YouTubers. The popular YouTubers are pushing out, a lot of them are pushing out disgusting filth, and that's getting a lot of airtime, you know. But there are those people who are seekers, just like me, and I have information that I can help people with. And so I know that's kind of straying away from law of attraction, but that, you know, it all ties together, because whatever you do, whoever you are, is it grows. Whatever you choose to be, whoever you choose to be that day, it grows. If you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is stand up out of bed, and while you're making your bed, because that's the first thing you should do, you give yourself positive I am affirmations. Now it sounds kind of corny and cheesy, but if you do it, it's so simple. You don't even need to do it that many times. You give yourself positive affirmations every morning. Just say it 3 times. I am so grateful for today. I feel so great. And honestly, you don't have to even be feeling great already. But after you say it a few times, something will happen. It's really special, but it's kind of like magic, because that's what happens. You start feeling pretty great, you know. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just walking around. It's really beautiful out here. The weather is perfect. It's just very nice out here. I'm gonna go the other way. Whatever you say after the 2 important words that we use every day, we use these words all the time, all day. The 2 words are I am, right? So whatever you say after those 2 words is what you are. You control your destiny, and a lot of people give that power away to whatever. They just give it away, and it renders them completely powerless, even though they're the ones who are in charge. You know, we are all in charge of our own destiny. So my circumstances now are pretty good. 7 years ago, I was homeless, and I was in crazy circumstances, but I changed that, you know. It changed over time because I made the choice. Everything is a choice. You choose your destiny. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this because it's probably easier on the eyes this way instead of looking at my hairy face. Yeah, so whatever you choose after. So anyway, so one thing you need to do if you were gonna practice law of attraction and use it as a tool to change your life in a positive way is take out negative words from your vocabulary. And it's a work in progress. You have to do it. You have to think about it and do it every day, all the time. You have to remind yourself. And it took me about a year, maybe a little less, to fully be conscious of the language I use. Whatever you say, whatever you put out there, it's energy. It's actually, a vibration, and it comes right back to you. So these things that you say, you put out positive energy. The universe, it gives you what you give. So you get more of what you give. If you are an angry, bitter person and you have a lot of resentment in your heart and you need to work through it, but you don't, because it's just a lot of baggage and you don't want to deal with it, you're going to carry that baggage around with you. And when you say negative, nasty things to people, or even to yourself, self-talk, when you say these things in your head, you don't even have to say them out loud. When you say these things in your head, it literally changes you. It changes the cells of your body, the molecular structure. It dampens the brightness, the light that's within. That's nice. It's so nice. It's beautiful. So, and that's what I'm talking about. Just remind yourself of how beautiful you've got it. Like everything you get in life that is the most beautiful is completely free. I mean, you don't have to pay. I don't have to pay to be out here. I don't even have to pay to walk around on the beach. It's beautiful and it's free. And it's healing, it's that water is just a living organism, and it's healing. The vibrations from the ocean, they just move through your soul, and it's like you're, walking on sunshine. But what you need to do is remind yourself daily, constantly, cut out the negative language inside your mind and coming out of your mouth. Do it, and you'll be one of the very few people in this world who you'll accelerate the growth, of your spiritual nature. You'll accelerate everything. Everything will start working in your favor if you allow it to. So when we wake up, when we tell ourselves positive things, when we say positive things to other people, even if they don't really want to hear it, that's fine. Don't bother people. But sometimes people just need to hear a different kind of language, and a lot of the language we hear constantly is just very negative. And we know why. I mean, we know why it's negative. Because they want to keep us down. The ones who are pushing it out, to us. The ones with a lot of money, a lot of power. And this is no lie. This is completely 100% true. They put these images out there. They want us to idolize 3D images of each other. They really don't want us to look deep into our souls, into our hearts. They don't want us using our hearts or our pineal glands. They don't want us realizing the true essence of our of ourselves and what we're truly capable of. These are things that we buy into, and we're okay with it, but then it dampens Life is really kind of, it turns us into like an automatic human, you know, like we're just not even, we're like cyborgs, and that's taking away the human, you know, essence of us. But the thing is, you know, if you just learn and make a choice to try to learn, like go look up law of attraction, go look up infinite waters. He changed my life. Infinite waters, law of attraction. Just go look them up. Just look up law of attraction on YouTube. There's other people who have way different views, like ways of explaining it. So I explain it in the way I know. I just try to explain it in the easiest way possible, which is I'm not doing a good job. But the thing is, there's so many different videos and ways of looking at it. But you need to make the choice, and you need to do it. This is the crucial time right now to change your language and, you know, the way you think and the way you talk, because that, it translates into your actions, you know. So whatever you think in the morning, the first thing, that it has the influence, it has the power to change the course of your whole day. And it's so simple, and no one does it. Not a lot of people. There's barely any people out there who do it. Even me, it's, you know, I need to remind myself to do this. We need to remind ourselves to do this. You know, we need to uplift each other. You know, keep each other's spirits warm and fuzzy. Yeah, Ralph's smart. Oh. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, Berserker and Barney. Yep, you guys know. And the cat down the road knows too. Man, I love that guy. He really did change my life. Back when I turned 30, I was watching a lot of Infinite Waters. And, you know, and that's when I learned about the law of attraction, and I was still a strong Christian, but I knew there was something more out there, and, you know, there's something a little off about what we've been learning, because I strongly believe that you don't need to be a Christian to go to heaven. I still believe that there's a lot of different things that people believe, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, because I respect everyone's belief or philosophy or religion. I totally don't want to change anyone's mind, but I do like to just put my opinion out there, and sometimes hopefully that will help other people kind of put the pieces together on their journey. That's what I really want to do. I just want to, there's nothing more fulfilling than doing something, and with that action or whatever you say, that being put to good use in someone's life, and you seeing that change their life for the better. There's nothing, that's the best feeling in the world. Nothing better. It's more fulfilling than if you just won like $1 million, you know. Being able to have a positive influence on someone's life is amazing. You don't even know you probably do, but it feels so good when people appreciate what you're saying and use it and say, wow, thank you, you know. You really opened my eyes. I never really saw things that way, and the way you said it, you really helped me to, like, and you encouraged me, and now I'm looking at this or whatever. So that's why being free and free speech is huge. It's important, you know, and I won't stop, you know, speaking my mind. I might have to, like, quiet down on certain things, but most of those things aren't even important anyways, but just to keep the channel. And of course now I have to start looking at other streaming platforms, just because it's the safe thing to do. I already have an account on Theta, so I'm glad I signed up like months ago. So, and with all the money what they're making, they can they can definitely make their platform nicer now that their crypto has gone up so much. Like, they've probably been able to take profit and make Theta TV a little better. So hopefully that happens. And there's other ones too. I guess Twitch. I'm hearing about this one called Odyssey. Odyssey? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So what law of attraction. I am feeling excellent, feeling great. There are just so many different words you could say, and you don't have to say the same thing all the time. But it starts with your thoughts. What you think becomes your reality in the end, becomes your destiny. Everything you think is an accumulation of it's a choice. Everything you think is a choice. Sometimes it seems impossible to get out of a state of mind that you might be in, or that you don't want to be in. And then maybe sometimes you just feel like you need some outside help. And so when the time comes, like, God or the universe will always give you that extra help, but you have to want it. You have to ask for it. You always have to ask. So when you think of something, it's like synchronicity. When you think of something and then that thing like happens, that's law of attraction. Synchronicities are law of attraction. Not all of them. There's different types. But yeah, that's, it's law of attraction. Pretty much everything. Law of attraction is always happening. It's always in effect. It's not something you can it's not something that turns on or off. It's just a constant force in this life, in this universe. So what you can do is utilize it what you can do is understand it and understand how to manipulate this reality in your favor. That's what we do with law of attraction. Also doing things that are good for other people, and not really expecting anything back, besides being fulfilled, knowing it feels really good, so practicing altruism, it's a huge thing. If you've learned something, if you've been on your journey and you've changed, and so now you kind of know how to work it, how to work the system in your favor, then you can help other people do that. You can tell them how it helped you, and that keeps you going, helping other people with what you've discovered, what kind of knowledge you have. Maybe I should just walk. Yeah, it's probably, it's so nice out here. So glad I'm out here. Yeah. So it's really kind of like just thinking to myself like that. My channel getting deleted temporarily was a blessing in disguise. These kind of like this attitude of gratitude is something that when I practice it, it really lifts me up and it helps me to get in the right mindset to help other people. And that's why YouTube is so precious to me, because I at least have a wide reach out to a lot of people, a lot of good people too, because like I said, what you give out you get. The universe gives you back what you give out. So my type of energy, my vibrations that I'm putting out there are attracting people like you guys. And so I have a lot of I'm gonna do it. I might mess up my shoes. I got new Nikes like a few months ago, but it's okay. It's worth it. I haven't been to the beach for like 2 years. So anyways, yeah, so it's just, it's something to be, you gotta be grateful for anything that comes your way. A lot of times it really seems like a tragedy or something that, is a nuisance or whatever. A setback, a huge setback, whatever. A lot of times it turns out that you really needed it. That's something you needed. And the universe set that obstacle in your path in order to test your strength. And when I say the universe, I'm talking about you. You are your universe. The universe is not universe. It's YOU. Universe. You are you. You're your universe. You are your own universe. You create your life, your destiny. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. You can do anything you want to. Like, that's how they keep us locked down in this confine, of this reality, this matrix, by telling us we have to live by society's rules, or else, we'll be cast out. But the most successful people in the world are rule breakers. Look at Elon Musk. He's breaking rules left and right, and people love him. He's successful, but certain people don't love him. Certain people really don't like him because he's breaking their rules. A lot of rules are being broken at this time, in this day and age, and there's really not a lot the powers that be can do about it nowadays. This is we already came out of the information age. Everyone knows how to spread information now, and it's fairly obvious that Google is trying to stop the spread of free speech, of free information, of real information. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, because the wind's kind of blowing a little. It's really nice out here. So just isolated. Yeah, it's just really nice out here. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. And taking time to appreciate just this beauty, this beautiful world we live in. Nature, go out in nature, take a hike, go to the beach. If I lived near the beach, I would be out here a lot, just walking, probably in the morning, at evening, at sunset, and just be walking around, with my shoes off. Well, I should probably take my shoes off right now. And there's really a grounding effect as well. There's a grounding effect where you can kind of have get rooted, when you are in direct contact with the earth. We don't really, the soles of our feet don't touch the earth very often nowadays. We don't really think about it too much, but a lot of what we do nowadays is very artificial. Very artificial. Like, our ancestors are hunters and gatherers, Our ancestors were used to moving around all the time, hunting their food so they can live. So they would eat to live. They would not live to eat. They couldn't. And so hunting their food or growing their food was very rewarding, because it kept them alive. Nowadays, everything's being used against us. Our own human nature is being used against us, and it's really sad. But as long as you can somewhat realize and be aware, you can make it. You'll make it. It'll be all right. So people are waking up left and right all over the world. People are waking up to the walls that they've put up around us, and people are starting to realize it. Just all this, it's like a prison cell that we live in, and most people don't know it, but I think people are really starting to realize it. And a lot of it is the negativity, that really kind of takes us out of any kind of love state, which is like our 5D state. So it keeps us in our 3D state of mind and in this 3D structure that we're in. And some people just aren't ready yet, like me. I guess I'm not ready to move into 5D yet, but I've glimpsed it and I've been there, and it's beautiful, but I feel like it's not my time yet, to go there. There's still a lot of people and there's still a lot I need to learn, but we are shifting like quicker than ever, exponentially shifting into the fifth dimension, this higher vibrational state of being, and because we're learning how to use these laws of the universe, and honestly, it's not even really a choice. I don't think it's something that is just happening. It's just happening in the world. The world is shifting. The Mother Earth, Gaia, is shifting, and we're going along with it in this universe. We're on this big rock, which is a living organism, and we're floating through the universe. Or some people think it's a flat Earth. I don't really believe that, to be honest, but it's hard to believe. It's hard to know what to believe, to be honest. So I don't really think about that part, because that's not like super duper important to me, because it's not going to change my life, if I find out the Earth is flat, like everything, like it's not going to change anything for me. I don't really care. What difference does it make? I'm still me. I'm still here, still experiencing my life. I'm not on the edge of the world, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to fall off. I'm still dealing with my life, and so I only truly 100% believe anything, only things that I've experienced firsthand on my own. Can you guys hear me? It's windy. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. Hopefully you guys are getting some kind of good info. Oh, there we go. Bollocks. Oh, thanks, Parsa. Appreciate that, Barney. Yeah. We're all just about to embark on a journey, and it's like up only, like up only. And it does seem like people will get left behind, but it's only people who just can't accept what's coming. They don't want to go with the flow. They really just have that ego mind, and that's where I'm saying death to ego is like really a big, like an important thing to try to accomplish. If that's it really goes deep. Like Buddha's teachings would tell me, like, don't even try to accomplish anything, like stay away from attachments, but even like that belief is attachment, so it goes very deep. That's why it's really, I think it's important if you come from like a Christian background, which I think a lot of my viewers do. I came from a Christian background, and I felt kind of stuck, because it was the same thing over and over in church, and it really felt like a way to just control people, But if you do come from like a Christian background, which is, it's still extremely important, understanding who Christ is and what Christ consciousness is. Jesus is not like someone that should be made fun of, like a lot of people like to do. He was like the greatest, like one of the greatest teachers ever, and so he does live within us, because he was a Christ consciousness. But if you do come from a Christian background, it's very important to try to at least understand other religions, to study up on other religions, just to see, so you're not closed-minded, because there are billions of people in this world who live by a completely different philosophy than you do. And so what you might think is like evil which a lot of our religion tells us, is like other religions are evil, which I don't agree with at all, because they have one common denominator, and it's love. It's always love. All religions, most religions, are centered around love and loving each other. Being grateful, thankful, stuff like that, and finding your true essence, and being one with God, and thinking deep, and feeling with your heart, stuff like that. It's very interesting. So I would highly suggest studying up on Buddhist philosophy, just checking it out, like reading a few books. One of the books that helped change my life was called The Happiness Hypotenuse. And I would definitely recommend that one. Yeah, it's a very easy book to read, to pick up and read, coming from any, ideology. It's very generic, but it does open your eyes to some facts regarding different religions around the world. I would definitely check out Buddhism and see what that's all about, because it's surprisingly a lot like Jesus' teachings. Very similar. And then, by the way, if you didn't know, Jesus did travel. Jesus was like a monk, for like a whole decade. He was basically like hanging out with Buddhist monks. So he studied Buddhism, because I think Buddha came like 500 years before him. So, and he meditated, he used to meditate. So anyways, and that's one thing I need to work on too. Anyways, guys, Brian Brooks, CEO of Binance. What? Wait, is that real? There's no way. Nah, I don't even believe you. Is that news? Okay, so Anthony says, whenever I give, I receive, and I feel great for giving back, because I have enough, and most people don't in the streets. Yeah, and that's another thing too. That's where you gotta be discerning too. You have to make sure you're not giving just to fulfill your own needs at the same time. Like you need to like really think about the way you give to people. Just like right now, like I could ask myself, am I live streaming for me or for you guys? And the answer is both. If I'm gonna give money to a homeless person, I just need to know that I'm not really gonna get much out of it. I might feel a little fulfilled, and I don't know what they're gonna do with the money. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna give it to God and let Him decide what happens after that. And I walk away, and that's the law of like karmic return, because like that good karma, it comes from your intentions. Your intentions are extremely important. So whatever intentions you set out to give, that's what you get back. Those intentions are the vibration that you're putting out. And so if you're giving to a homeless person with a full heart, just purely out of the goodness of your heart, then that kind of thing will happen to you in a different way. You'll be blessed. It'll come, and you don't even need to like expect it, or you're not trying to be greedy. It just comes, and it comes from within. It's hard for me to explain because I'm not advanced in this kind of stuff, but this is just from experience. I just know this happens. I used to, like I said earlier, I used to look for treasure because I was broke all the time, and I just wanted some money. And so little did I even know I was using law of attraction at that time to find financial freedom, and it didn't happen overnight. but I set my intention, I put it out there a long time ago, and and I'm talking years, like decades, like a decade ago. I've always been a seeker of many different things, but as for the financial part, I put my intention out there that I would have these conversations with God, that I would say, God, you know me, I'm a good person, I'll do good with any kind of financial, any kind of wealth that I attain, or anything you give me. I'm a good person. And only God knows. So between me and God, He knows me more than me. He knows me more than I know myself, because it's my subconscious, it's my higher self, which is it's the higher version of myself, and it's guiding me, and it is it's a branch of God's essence, Christ consciousness. It's just a little part of that, and we're all part of the whole. There's a friend told me this a few years ago, but let me see if I can say it right. If you have a frozen bottle of water, freeze it in the freezer, then you take it out to the ocean, throw it in the ocean, and it's like salt water or whatever, it's ocean water. Then it's part of the ocean. It's still part of the ocean. It's in a different state, and it's separated by a sheet of plastic, but it's still part of the whole. But it's still separated. I'm not saying it right, but I didn't say that one right. There's a different one though. My favorite one is the finger one. How many different fingers do you see? And how many different fingers do you see? 4, right? And they all look like they're separate. They don't look like they're attached. And you would not know if you didn't know where they're coming from. If this is the first time you saw these fingers, you would just think they were separate. You wouldn't know they were attached to anything. But then the more you look, the more you see it's part of the whole. The body, the body of Christ. Source. We all come from the same source. We all come from the same light source. Light. So what looks like we're unattached, these fingers look unattached. They look similar, just like us. Just like people, we all look pretty similar, but we all do look different. But we all have 2 arms, 2 legs, most people, and we all have lips, eyes, a nose, and but we do see each other as separate for the most part. But if you can learn to understand that we're all just part of the same energy field, and we're all part of the same essence, source energy, we are all exactly the same. We are each other. It's crazy. But we're all like, when you see someone, if you have a coworker that you see every day at work, and they just annoy the heck out of you, and you really just get annoyed by them, you can look at it this way, like they are a reflection of what's inside of you. There's something about them that really annoys you. But why? It's because there's something about you that you don't like. Or you would not be annoyed by them. You wouldn't let it bother you. But there's something inside you that you don't like, that annoys you. And you're casting that out as a projection. It's really kind of like, this is where it gets kind of deep and weird, but just bear with me. But everything is a reflection of what's on the inside. Right now, I'm calm, collected. I feel like spreading some good vibes. It feels wonderful out here at the beach. But if someone was on Skid Row or something like that, they probably don't feel so calm and so collected. They're probably watching their back left and right, and but they choose to live there. Why? Most people have addictions, or maybe that's just where they feel comfortable. A lot of people just are at the end of the rope, but they have a choice. They can make the choice to, and it's. I know people will say it's not that easy, Michael. Well, I know that it's not easy, but it all takes that. Everything can change, but the only way it's going to change if that first decision is made to change. You have to make that decision, and it's all in your mind. It's all part of the law of attraction. You can utilize that to change your life. So that was my theme of my 30th year of my life. And age is another thing. That's another way we kind of keep ourselves on this 3D timeline, because time really doesn't exist. But we kind of make it, we kind of perceive it as a real thing by giving ourselves timelines and age. If I didn't know I was 34, right now I would feel like I'm 22. You can feel however you want, but we have this in our minds that we should feel like our age permits us to feel. So we put a number on ourselves. We put a label on ourselves. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a middle-aged man. Well, I don't think I'm middle. I don't know what they would call mid-30s, but we really do limit ourselves, and the sooner we can be aware of these limitations that we accept as a society, the sooner we can make the choice to live an unlimited life, limitless. We are limitless creatures, limitless spirits, and you just need to know it. You just gotta accept the fact that you can do anything you want. You just need to know that that's a possibility, and the rest of the world tells you it's impossible. And once you really start walking tightrope on the edge of the universe, you really start to see, you start to see everything in a different light. Even death, death. Like, we are very scared of death. Pretty much everyone. It's a human instinct. It's a survival instinct. But a lot of times we're so scared of death that we forget to live until we die. So we don't really have adventures. We don't do much because we want to be safe, so we can live longer. Because everything's scary, You don't want to die. But the true woke people in this world, they don't dwell on life after death. They don't really dwell on that kind of thing. I don't think. That's my opinion. They don't let death freak them out and stuff like that. So, but once you kind of wake up and start feeling with your heart and start living a different type of life, that's when you kind of understand, like, life is very precious, but you don't need to be scared of death. Like, there's no point, and I think that was one of my gripes that I had growing up with Catholicism and Christianity, and just the church, not really Jesus' teachings, but you're going to go to hell if you don't believe this. If you don't believe in Jesus, well, that's just not clear enough. Like, they don't really explain it very well, and they weren't giving me, anytime I'd ask questions, they didn't give me the right answers. It didn't fulfill my mind. Like, I needed to know. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense to me. But then now, once you go out and explore the world and learn, and you gain knowledge on other religions and other ideologies and philosophies, and you learn how people live outside of your box, that's when you can expand your mind, and it really does wonders. These are things that people need to do if they want to live a fulfilling life, if they want to be happy at all, right? And this is something, like, if you are in this new financial system and you got a head start already, these are things you need to really do right now. You need to really work on yourself, and I'm talking to myself too. Really need to work on your what you're gonna do. You gotta think about how you're gonna positively impact the world. Because if you don't, and you're just selfish with everything, with your money or whatever, well, that's fine. You might be, being safe, but just make sure you don't do bad with your money. Don't go waste it on hookers and blow. But do positive things. Make sure, if you've been blessed thus far, just make sure you give a good tip, like to your Uber driver. Don't skimp on tips, Make sure you're very forthgiving with what God blessed you with, because that's when He gives it back to you. He gives you more and more and more when He knows you're doing good with it. That's what happens. Let's see. Go over to the pier. All right. Looks so nice. Yeah. What's up, JQ? Guac girl. No bot army today. Moonshine. Got the lead out. You stabbed yourself? What? You stabbed yourself accidentally? Like, dang. I have too. But yeah, that's another story. Ask and you shall receive. That's true. True. Well, if you need something, if you want something, you need to ask for it, and you'll be surprised at what you get. Like, prayer is real. It's a real thing. It's the real deal. You're actually, like, creating this, like, chemical process while you're praying. You're activating, you're activating this manifestation, and you're having a personal contact with your higher self, who is just a branch or an arm of God, of source energy, which is everything, so we can manifest, we are creators. We create our own reality. So philosophical stabbing, projecting something you don't like in yourself. Right, okay, yeah. So a lot of times if we're in an ugly situation, we probably have a lot of stuff to deal with, on the inside. No, like, this is getting deep, because, like, we're still here in this 3D world. We're still, like, you can get on that level, or you can like choose which level to be on when you're when you're learning. Yeah, sorry if I'm not really explaining this too well, but I'm trying. Oh, it's so nice. It really is. It's, you just got to remind yourself how good you got it. You know, you ever feel bad, or like you're in a situation that's impossible to get out of, just know it doesn't always last. It won't last forever. You know, that just doesn't happen. We go through cycles. Everything is a cycle. Everything. You know, and right now we're going through a huge. This is just the biggest part of. I mean, this is a humongous part of a huge cycle right now for humanity. I mean, it's just we're going through such an expansion that I don't know. This is just something. It's almost unreal, like it's a movie. You know what's happening. So it's pretty cool stuff. And it's as long as you stay grateful, you know, you'll always have a good life. You know, just be grateful for what you have, even if you don't have as much of the next person. You know, if you always remind yourself of what you're grateful for, you always start to feel better. You know, like you're always better off than someone in the world. And honestly, if you're in a first world country, like if you're here in like the U.S., we do think it's pretty bad. It's getting pretty crazy, but it's still way better to be here than in most other countries in the world. And we still have, we still are very fortunate, you know, compared to most people in the world. A lot of people don't have running water. They don't even have a roof, you know, like some people are locked up in confinement their whole lives. And we're kind of ignorant to that, you know? So we have to always remind ourselves to be grateful for even the simplest things, because that's what's going to change our day, you know? That'll change everything. Just make everything worth it. I'm going to let you guys go. Or flex the streams. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. That was crazy. But yeah, I think I'll let you guys go now. I've been live streaming, walking for a while. So. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to take this moment to encourage you guys to look up the law of attraction, you know, and utilize it. Alright guys, thanks man. Thanks Jacob. Yeah. Appreciate you guys sticking around. I know I'm not the easiest to listen to, but I try to put a good message out there if I can. Alright guys, well you guys have a wonderful day. And have strong baby. And I'll talk to you guys later. Crypto Mike out. Peace.